Here we find another interesting contrast between being happy and blessed and mourning. The mourning that's described here is not just a light or passing sorrow like, oh, bummer. But it's talking about a deep, wrenching grief. The kind of grief that would cause someone to double over, weeping and wailing. Like the previous beatitude, the mourning described here is spiritual. It's a deep remorse and an acknowledgement of our sin before God. It's the kind of sorrow described in 2 Corinthians 17, where it says, "For godly sorrow produces repentance leading to salvation, not to be regretted, but the sorrow of the world produces death." So those who mourn over their sin are comforted because godly sorrow brings about repentance, and repentance opens the door for reconciliation and comfort from God. Question for you, don't answer out loud. Do you grieve over your sin? Does it cause you to grieve? When you miss the mark, when you fall short, when you sin, when you fall into that same area of sin that you've fallen into 1,000 times, does it grieve your heart? Do you find yourself going, oh, I can't believe I did that again. I hate my sin. That's what this is talking about. We ought to be grieved by our sin because our sin separates us from God. It diminishes who God has created us to be. And we ought to mourn and grieve over it.